Hey team, it's Angie with Eat Well Be Well Nutrition, and I wanted to bring up a question that came up the other day, which is better, a prebiotic or a probiotic? So we're going to dive into the prebiotic. What are they and what are their benefits? Probiotics function as a food source for your guts and microorganisms, and they are needed to bypass digestion and make food all the way to your colon. There are microorganisms that metabolize and ferment the probiotics to survive. This metabolism and fermentation process is beneficial to your gut health because it creates a variety of other byproducts that help you in a number of different ways. When prebiotics are broken down by the microorganisms in your gut, different of these short chain fatty acids are created depending on the kind of probiotic that it is. As a result, these short chain fatty acids do a number of things like provide energy to your colon cells, help with mucus production, and they aid in inflammation and anti-inflammatory. Different microorganisms use different prebiotics, so not every prebiotic gives you the same effect. So let's talk about some of the benefits of a prebiotic. So I have a little graph here that shows you some of them. The benefits are wide ranging. There's still a lot of research being done to determine exactly how the food sources for your gut microbiome work. The things that we do know is that it helps regulate bowel movements. It produces neurotransmitters that go back and forth between your gut and your brain. We've talked about this before with your mood and depression. It stimulates your bodies to make hormones that aid in appetite suppression, and more. It helps your bones mineralize and absorb calcium and phosphorus, which can improve your bone density. It improves how well your immune functions, enhances your body's anti-inflammatory response, increases production of good bacteria, and decreases bad bacteria that cause disease. So the number of benefits is very complex, and new things are continuously being discovered. So prebiotic foods are usually high in a certain type of fiber known as fermentable soluble fiber. How you cook your food determines how many prebiotics are available as well, because the way you cook your food changes the composition based on, like I said, how it's cooked, how things are broken down. Although there are many kinds of prebiotics, three of the most important are found in resistant starches, inulin and pectin. So let's talk about the resistant starches. So like fiber, resistant starches resist digestion and end up as a main food source for your microorganisms in your colon. When resistant starches are broken down, they often produce biotrates, which helps with water and electrolyte absorption, immune system function, and anti-inflammation. If you're eating foods that help produce that, you have the right bacteria in your gut, and then your bitrate levels will be higher, which has been shown to have a lot of beneficial effects. Take potatoes, for example. There's less resistant starch when you bake potatoes. If you boil them and let them chill, that white starchy film that results is the resistant starch that you want. Resistant starches can be found in things like boiled and chilled potatoes, green bananas, barley, oats, rice, beans, legumes. The other one would be inulin. Inulin is a prebiotic fiber contained in many plants. This prebiotic can help you feel fuller longer. So we've talked about that before with fiber, assisting with overeating and helping with bowel movements. It can also help lower LDL cholesterol, which is that bad cholesterol, stabilize blood sugars, increase and maintain good bacteria in your gut. It can also help you reduce your risk of colon cancer. While you can take this as a supplement, there's some inulin fiber powder that you can get and add into like super shakes and things as well. You can get it in foods. So I'm going to show you kind of a couple of lists of some foods, but we'll go over them. Asparagus, chicory root, dandelion greens, garlic, and Jerusalem artichokes, leeks, onions, soybeans, wild yams. So you can kind of see a lot of those pictured there as well. So I would just screenshot that. You'll have it for later if you have any questions. The last one would be pectin. And you'll find pectin in a lot of fruits, especially in the pulp of raw apples. Pectin is is a type of gel-like starch often used to create jams and jellies. This starch has antioxidant, anti-tumor properties. It can also enhance the skin cells of your intestinal lining, increase the ability for bacterial disease to take root, and improve the diversity of microorganisms in your gut. More human studies are really needed to find out more beneficial results of pectin. So when you take prebiotics and what you should know about them. So if you're going to start with these prebiotic foods, we want you to realize that don't go overboard. Don't go tonight and just start eating a ton of these, because when you start working and waking up your microbiome, it'll start creating more gas. So you don't want to reverse the effects where you feel super bloated or gassy. So this should be a gradual introduction into your diet. And because of your body's operating on a circadian rhythm, the microorganisms in your gut are most active during the day. So you want to make sure that you don't eat a lot of prebiotics too late in the evening. And if you have digestive issues, if you've got like IBS or things like that, things especially like the stone fruits, peaches, mangoes, and cherries can mess up that IBS. So that's just something to be aware of. So the bottom line is keeping your gut bacteria balance is important for many aspects of health. To do this, eat plenty of both prebiotic and probiotic foods, which we'll discuss next week, as they will help you promote an ideal balance between the two for good and bad gut health. So I hope this was informational for you guys. If you have any questions, let me know. Like I said, you can supplement it in. Plenty of foods out there where you can get those prebiotics in. You really need to do prebiotics and probiotics, so we're going to dive into both, but this was just specifically covering the prebiotics. So if you have any questions, please, in the comments below, drop me those questions and we'll go over those one-on-one. Have a great day, guys.